We begin tonight in Hong Kong, where a court found Jimmy Lai, a Catholic and human rights advocate, guilty of multiple violations of China's national security laws after a landmark 2-year trial. Lai was originally arrested in 2020, soon after the law took effect. For decades, he ran a small media empire known for its pro-democracy stances. In 2019, he participated in a massive demonstration and others across Hong Kong, protesting the Communist Party's growing control in the region. This afternoon, President Trump was asked about the verdict.
I feel so badly. I spoke to President Xi about it, and I asked to consider his release. He's not well. He's an older man, and he's not well, so I did put that request out. We'll see what happens.
Right now, we want to bring on Bill McGurn, the godfather of Jimmy Lai, who converted to Catholicism in 1997. Bill, thanks so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
So what is your reaction to the verdict, and how are those close to Jimmy Lai processing this update?
Well, the verdict is important and it's not important. It's just important because it's part of the Hong Kong process, and everyone knew he would always be convicted. So it's important because we have to get it out of the way. Jimmy cannot be released until he was convicted, and that's why we had to wait all these years for the trial and then his conviction. So in that sense, it's a step forward because we finally can get to deal making now. On the other hand, you know, it was always a charade, the idea that it was fair. You know, the world sees it for what it is. And so I don't, in Jimmy Lai's world, it's not really a big milestone because it's phony. Everything about it is phony.
What deal is potentially on the table, and does President Trump have a hand in anything that you know of?
Yeah, President Trump is essential to the deal. The problem is Jimmy is a British citizen, and the British aren't really pushing his release. Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, he needs a little prod to get it done. President Trump has pushed for Jimmy's release. He's brought it up. His people are working on it now, but he needs help. Look, Jimmy's future will be determined by 3 men: Xi Jinping of China, President Trump of the United States, and Keir Starmer of Britain. And Keir Starmer is important because Jimmy is a British citizen. He's not a Chinese citizen or an American citizen. He's a full British citizen.
What kind of strength has Jimmy and his family been able to derive from their faith during this ordeal?
Well, I've been cut off from Jimmy for about the last 3 years. They don't let my letters go through anymore. But I used to hear from him pretty regularly and still in touch with some of the family. They were an extraordinary family. Teresa's wife is a rock. And if Jimmy didn't have Teresa to lean on, he knows it. He wouldn't be strong. I mean, he has his faith, but she strengthens it. That's what they have in common. And the children have all been very eloquent in making appeals for their father's freedom and so forth. So this is an extraordinary faith-filled family.
Bill McGurn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.